I want to go. I want to get everybody reminded what we left off in December of 2024. I'm going to share as well the new document. Let me get back to my. You should get this because I shared it with the Ortelius Google group. So everybody should have it, but I'm going to give it to everybody right who's on the call in the chat. Every year we get a new document, so we don't have. Here's the 2025 document. But let's go through what we had for 2024 because we had some great ideas in 2024 and we said we would revisit them, so I don't want to miss that. Let's see. So one of the things that everybody, I think, was pretty excited about was the idea of doing maybe a resume or job seeker session. I don't think we would do it as part of our regular calls, but we could put together maybe call it a webinar, and do it in a more formal format, and possibly bring somebody in who was a recruiter who could talk about resume writing, and how to submit online keywords and different tools that we can use for improving our resumes, how to build social media, how to build your brand through social media. Maybe something I could actually do a talk on. But I think what we might want to do is a job seekers kind of webinar series. I mean, why not, right? I thought about this through the year, through the end of the year. Maybe we do something once every 2 months. We do a job seekers webinar and have some of us lead a discussion around it. So we can advertise it so other people can hear about it, who are maybe struggling to deal with the new way people look at resumes, which is generally AI tools that are pattern matching on keywords that may not mean anything, but somebody sitting there entering it said, man, maybe Python would be good to put in there, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it happens. Unfortunately, it's not rocket science, it's just science. So let's chat about
Um,
what that might look like, if we want to pursue that for 2025.
Maybe we can do a live event in LinkedIn itself. Share the post with LinkedIn, and anyone can join, and an expert can review their resume for free.
Those are good things to do, but it's really important to have it well structured. And maybe, we combine it with a couple different things. First of all, we probably need to have an outline of what the sort of steps are that we want to talk about. An example is one you mentioned, Tracy, of, brand building using social media. Another one might be, what to really put in your resume. And we might see if we can find a couple of, HR people that are doing hiring to give us comments on that. Um, Another one might be on skills development. And obviously, Ortelius helps in particular areas around skills development. Sasha, the stuff you've done in your blog, for example, be really useful to people. But maybe do a few of those and wind it up with a live event where people can ask questions, something of that nature. How does that sound?
I think that I mean I think if we target if we build a schedule, we could post it out there, and then we just that's what I was thinking when I was thinking about it. We should try to do them in a very tight kind of subject oriented way, and then schedule them 2 months in advance, right? So we have plenty of
Mhm.
time to get the right person in and to get the right topic and know when we're going to do it. So I think all those are really good. I think resume writing and tools, because you can use tools now to write resumes that fit some of these AI tools that are doing the scanning. would be a good one to start with. I like doing one about building your brand because there are so many, especially younger people, that don't understand how important it is to keep your LinkedIn profile fresh, and how important talks are, submitting for talks. Even if you don't get selected, the more you submit for them, the better your chances improve. So I think that would be another good topic too, building your brand. And then skills development, Tony, I think is an excellent suggestion. So how would we like to go about it? Should we just pick a date here and select a first topic? And if we do that, if the resume writing and the tools, I feel like we need to bring in a headhunter. They're going to be the ones who are going to know these tools the best.
Yeah, I think that would help. What I'd suggest maybe before we nail a date is we make a little bit of a plan that says, here are the things we want to cover, and here are the kind of people we think we need. And I'm certainly willing to work on that with one or two people. I don't think we want more than one or two.
So what I'm going to do then is I am going to right now, I'm going to create a new doc. I'm going to put what we just discussed in it. I'm going to call it the job seekers, I'll call it just job seekers webinars, the title, 2025 job seekers.
Hey, Tracy, as you're in there, can you make the minutes editable as well?
I'm going to do that. I didn't do it. Let me go back to the 2025.
And Brian also said he's got a couple HR professionals he can tap into.
Yeah, Emily Peters, and then in terms of recruiting and placement, Aaron Laverne, who staffed most of the early Cloud Beast hires. So I have a lot.
Okay.
Try that link, Brian.
Okay. Yep, there we go. Thank you. As much as I want to keep my name as Brain, a misspelling I always appreciate.
I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
She was the only thing
Okay.
your characteristics, right?
Right. Right. It should say handsome Corrado then, as if we're gonna have
I think you would be thinking Corrado with the highly reflective head. Somebody we might tap in on this and see if he'll participate is Omkar, Tracy.
Oh, he would be great. That would be a great person to get
And
to do
he
to talk
even
like that.
now is at LinkedIn, so he
Oh,
might be able to spend a little more on brand building there.
oh yeah, that's good advertising too for the
Yeah.
So I just put in the second link I just pushed over to everybody is the link to the Job Seekers webinar doc. So those of you who are interested in working with Tony on it, there it is.
Yeah. So Tony's going to get started when he gets a couple of volunteers.
I'll
I'll be happy
volunteer.
to be on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you two, well, in that case, why don't
But
we?
I would say that we put it out. I have a bullet point out there. Let's let everybody gather what their thoughts are and what might be useful. I know that before we did talk about doing practice interviews, so assigning mentors or assigning teams. I'll just put to do mock interviews.
Well, what we may want to do is build a resource, people that have volunteered to be practice interviewers,
Yeah, exactly.
way that they can sign up.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
So they're out there if you want to add anything to this. And then Brian and Tony and I will try to pull a program together out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, also help because I've been doing a ton of interviews lately.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Been on both sides of the table a lot for the past couple of years. So
Yeah.
So I think that the other item that we need to, I just want to touch base on is the CI/CD cybersecurity work, the SIG. It got launched. We had a very nice group for the first meeting. I would call that the kind of the leadership circle. There has been people who have started joining it. I've been seeing emails come through, so people are starting to sign up. If you are on that group, be sure you get on Slack. You know, coming from me, that says a lot because I hate, I'm hardly ever on Discord either. I just get too many to try to pursue. But there is a Slack channel for it. Let me find it for everyone.
So I attempted to join the Slack channel, and it seems to want me to have,
a Linux Foundation email
yeah,
address.
Linux Foundation email.
And
Yeah.
you have no, not a Linux Foundation email. You have to join the CD Foundation at the higher level channel.
And what does that mean?
It means you have to here, let me show my screen. I know this is
You
confusing
have to
for so
join
many.
the
Yeah, I had
CD
to get
join the
help.
CDF Foundation like Slack server, basically, right?
Yeah,
And then
you
you
have to
can
be
access
part
the
of,
channel.
yeah, here.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry I missed that first meeting. Bummer.
so you have to be part of, you have to join this Continuous Delivery Foundation. See if you can join this Continuous Delivery Foundation, Tony.
Tony, I have posted the invite link in the chat.
Okay,
Can you
yeah,
click on
thank
that?
you, Marvin. I've actually got an invite link. My problem is, it's like, oh, you aren't a member of our club.
Yeah,
And when I join, right, it says, oh, we'll send an email to tony.corrado@opsmx.io, which of course is not an email that exists.
weird. Ops mix that tells you thanks you're with Ops mix. Something's weird about
That's
that.
one of the, well, anyway, it wants to send an email to the address that I'm using to join. And it, presupposes that address actually exists.
You
Tony,
should be able, yeah, you
can
should
you
be able
post
to.
your email in the chat?
Well, I don't have the emails, the problem.
No,
Because it's
like your
not,
current email in the chat.
Of my
I
current,
can send you I can send you an invite manually
that part
because
is quite straightforward. Assuming I get into the actual chat, of course.
Tracy's
Chat. What the heck?
Tracy, that option is showing in the Slack. I think that may works.
All right. So something here is very strange with how I'm into the
Tony,
chat.
share your
There we
screen
go,
so we
got
can
it.
see what.
Yeah, it'll be good for me because I think I still need to resolve mine. Tracy, I had to get help.
Yeah,
from
when I
Tracy.
sent that, when I
Yeah.
sent that email over, they said that you have to be a part of the CD Foundation Slack before you can. And I didn't think you had to be a member of the Linux Foundation in order to join their Slack channel.
Yeah, it's just the message you get when you do get there. They give you like 3 email domains that they claim the message indicates you're being rejected because of your email domain, and it says you have to have an email domain, and it lists 3 different things, of which one is the Linux Foundation.
Yeah, and it's not true. That's a screwed up message.
Yeah, okay.
Tony, I have sent you an invite. Can you check your email?
Okay, I will try it. Yeah, this was real strange. Okay, Arvin sent me an invite. Join Slack.
Brian, can you write your email? Let me
Yeah,
send you that one also.
yeah, in chat here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Hey,
see.
Tony, let us have control over your laptop.
This is a security group, I think,
Wow.
Kate.
That's
Let
some good
everybody
engineering
have
there, Kate.
control over my laptop.
We'll get this solved for you, Tony.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go, Arvin.
Well,
Tony has joined the server.
we seem to have joined.
Okay, cool. You're sending invites over, Arvin. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
awesome.
Yeah. Check your email, Brian,
Yep. Okay. Let's see.
and let me invite.
it appears that I'm there. Now let's see if I can get to it from my actual Slack client.
Let me make sure I sent you the right email address because that did not come over properly. Brian V. Dawson at Gmail. There we go.
Tony, I have DM'd you the channel to join in
Okay.
Slack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arvin.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, same to Brian also.
I thought it. Yeah, and perfect. I see
So if
Michelle. Awesome. Alyssa.
Then now you should be able to get to the cybersecurity SIG channel.
Yay! Thanks, Arvind.
Thank you so much,
No,
Arvin, for doing it.
Now all I have to do is make sure that I can get there from my actual Slack client instead of the web, and I'll work on that.
Yep, but I see the SIG channel right there at the top. Perfect. Awesome.
So the
Thank you so much.
information gatekeepers apparently are more successful than we thought they would be in keeping people out.
I know.
Yeah, I mean that's the scary thing is not everybody has Arvin or has this group to sit here and go, hey, I'm gonna work through it in my busy day. I wonder if we end up losing some people because of the hoops. Tracy,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to drop at 9. I guess I'd throw out to the team. I know a while back we shortened this from an hour to half an hour because we weren't filling an hour a lot of the time. But it does feel like now we're exceeding the half an hour a lot of the time. So I
Yes,
would
it won't-
just propose, do we maybe want to consider extending the meeting time?
I can do that. I say we keep it at a half hour because we should be not going over
Okay.
a half hour.
You
We
said
should try to
keeps us
stick
on.
it to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I think that what we've, because that way we stay a little more focused,
Yeah.
as opposed to not. The other item that so the CICD security group has done well so far. I think that we're going to get a lot of interest in it. So if you're interested in participating, we're hoping to have a pretty strong group there. The other item that we talked about, we already completed. We did our holiday party and got our awards out. That's how we finished 2024 with those two discussions, the seekers and the CICD cybersecurity working group. I do want to remind us that we need to come up with a program for doing outreach to Jenkins. So we need to build some bridges to the Jenkins community for adoption of Ortelius. That does include that plugin that I keep hammering us about. So I'm hoping that on Thursday that the architecture meeting has a focus on that plugin. But the Jenkins community will be an important community for us in 2025. And the more integration we do to Jenkins, the better help the better service we're going to provide for including vulnerability tracking in the Jenkins pipeline. And it's something that's needed. So we are providing a service that's important. And I just want to remind everybody of that. So maybe on our next call, we focus a little bit on how we can build some of those bridges to the Jenkins community. And that might be including, us getting on their Slack channel.
Right.
And introducing ourselves.
And I have a quick question. What about, Tracy, you talked before about harness, and I've been looking at harness. Is that something we should look closer at?
No.
Is there anything? No? Okay.
No, not now. We have to be able to The reason why I say no, not now, is because we don't have the bandwidth to try to write tooling and integrations to harness.
Okay.
Jenkins is more important because it's part of the Continuous Delivery Foundation. I would call it a, it's kind of a sister organization to us,
Okay.
and they own about 48% of the market.
Nice.
Harness, I would say Deploy Hub should be looking at doing something with Harness.
Yeah.
But right now, the best way we can solve problems for this community is to do it around Jenkins, because so many companies use it. And we just can't spread ourselves so thin.
Totally
And-
agree.
And if we were to do another commercial tool, I would probably choose GitLab and focus on GitHub Actions.
Yeah, I think I agree. Those would be Jenkins, GitHub, GitLab. Then we get into harness territory, in my personal opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't have, from an application standpoint, other than dealing with the tools, security tools, I don't have that strong background like you guys, so it all
And
makes sense.
integrations to the security tools are probably going to be if we can get Jenkins really solid, the plugin
Mhm.
solid, and have that support for that community and make it simple. Integrations to the security tooling, it's going to be really important. The more we can include those security tools in our data gathering and our reporting, the better off the Jenkins community is going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Kate and I are in a similar box, which is neither one of us really have a recent background as developers. Would that be fair, Kate?
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a quick question, and it probably is going to sound stupid, but whenever we were looking at, pie charts, which is my life, there was always a percentage for other. When you're talking about Jenkins having 48% of the market, what is other? Is it small? Is it a small sliver? Is it like 5%? Do you know what I'm saying? The only reason I'm asking that
Yeah.
question is from a security standpoint when looking out. Yeah, I mean,
So I'll give you the slices. Jenkins is probably, we're probably going to see it still be around 40 to 48% for 2025. GitHub and GitHub Actions is the biggest threat to Jenkins.
okay,
And then you have the real commercial tools, and you're looking at GitLab being probably the next one, and then Harness after that.
okay,
Harness has a lot of money coming from its co-founder, and he puts a lot of marketing into that product.
mhm,
I don't necessarily see it being it's going to be a smaller sliver. So you're going to have Jenkins, you're going to have GitHub Actions, GitLab, and then Harness. And then the rest, Circle CI,
then other, okay,
Bitbucket, and they're going to be a very small sliver.
okay, like maybe 5% altogether.
Yeah,
collectively.
altogether. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, thank you.
You're
Tracy,
welcome.
what about these cloud platforms? They do offer DevOps solutions, right?
They do. Tecton would be one. That's
Yeah, Azure DevOps.
Yeah. And I think those become within organizations, they're being used and they're one off by team. They're not something that's being used as a centralized tool that says, here's the tool that we've chosen. But I do think that we should not forget tools like Tecton. Tecton in the beginning really was a big tool and everybody was talking about it, but I don't hardly hear anybody mention it anymore.
Yeah.
And that's oftentimes how these tools go. Jenkins has been the one constant, and GitHub Actions tends to be the one, another constant.
Well,
And-
what's
And
happened
even from
with
sorry,
what's happened with Tecton is Red Hat has rolled it into all of its OpenShift products. So Tecton's kind of hidden under the covers now. So that's why you don't hear about Tecton directly, but you will find it running things inside of OpenShift.
But I think those orchestration tools are important for us to keep in mind, no doubt.
Yeah, for me to have heard of the tools that you spoke about, it, I feel like I've heard of, Jenkins forever, like
Yeah.
my whole entire life, digital life.
Yeah. So, like I say, we need to, I think right now, the best thing for us to do would be to focus on the Jenkins community. I think it will get us the most recognition. And I think it's important for the Continuous Delivery Foundation as well. So if we were to really focus on just the tools at the CDF, I would say we'd do Jenkins first and then look at Tecton, right? That would probably make the most sense. I mean, so I'm glad you brought that up, Utkarsh.
I
But
have posted a developer sandbox link in the chat. By using that, you can use like the Red Hat environment for free for 30 days. And after 30 days, you can create another sandbox. And it contains many tools, includes Tecton, Knative, Camel. So if anyone want to try Red Hat product, you can take a look.
Put that sandbox in the notes. All right, so let's end for today. And I think in our next call in 2 weeks, let's see how much progress we can make around the job seekers sessions, the job seekers webinar. I think it's a great idea. And maybe even if we get 3 of them scheduled for the first 6 months of the year, that would be a good way to deliver that
Okay.
to our community.
Will you schedule the first discussion, Tracy?
You want me to
Well,
schedule
it's
that
you,
outside our,
Brian, and me, right?
yeah,
So, or send off something
Okay.
about how you want it to schedule. My calendar is likely to be the most open.
okay, I will do that. Tracy, Tony, and anybody else want to be on that? You want to be on that, Sasha, or anybody else?
Yep, I'll come and join that.
Okay.
Cool.
Sorry,
All right,
Tracy.
is that you, Karsh? You'd like to be added?
Yeah.
Great.
That was Arvind, I think.
Oh, Arvin. No, it was Ukarsh.
No,
Right.
no, it was because
All right. Okay, I will get that taken care of. Maybe I'll do it a week from today at the same time. Does that work for everybody?
Mm.
Yep, it's fine.
I've got 9:30 to 10 that day, but I've got a meeting at 10 o'clock our time, Tracy.
Okay, we'll try to keep it then in 30-minute chunks. If we have to do a follow-up call, we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay.
And Tracy, one thing, like the last year we did the Visionary Summit. I'm not sure. I didn't got the email for my badges.
You didn't get your emails for your badges?
No.
You didn't?
I have to confirm with everyone else. Like, did they got any badges? Like the emails?
Let me look at Badger right now and see what happened.
What tools? What's that? What's it called again? That tool?
Badger, BADGR.
That's it, Badger.
I think Sasa also got one badge, right?
Just
Badges.
checking. No, I got mine. Here's mine.
Did you got it last month?
got an email. Oh,
Yeah, I
no,
sent it
that's
to,
not-
let me see, maybe I got the
No.
wrong email. It's arvin.020606@gmail.com.
Yes.
No, this was an old one of mine. This isn't the same one. Yeah, I don't see. You're right.
Yeah, the December one, I didn't think like anyone has gotten. You have to check.
I sent
Badger.
them to everybody and it says it's been sent.
I'll go check. Log in. I think you can log in there.
There's a way I can resend. It was issued on December 11th at 8 a.m. And it went to arvin.020606@gmail.com.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't, yeah. I'm not sure.
How do I redo that? Details.
Yeah.
Share. Copy.
Oh, badger.com. BADGR.
BADGR.com.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, so if I log in there, I can see it's been assigned to me.
Arvin, here's a link. Check that link right there. That I just put in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I sent that to Kate.
I'll check on the website.
There's a link. Check that link out. That link should take you to your badge.
Yeah, it's taking me to the beds.
Yeah.
But I didn't got the email, but it's fine. I got the link. I will download it manually.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was one of the things I remember seeing is if you like want to hook it up with your LinkedIn profile, that you have to go through a couple extra steps.
Mm.
So it doesn't automatically associate it to your LinkedIn profile. You have to like get signed into LinkedIn, and you have to get signed into Badger, and then it'll connect the two.
Yeah, so you have there's a public page that's that link that I sent you, and that's what you need to post on your LinkedIn page. I wish it would, well, we'd have to pay for it, for it to go in. I think you can create a backpack in Badger.
Oh, and then shared the backpack.
I think you can. But I'd have to look at it. Arvin will give you that as a task.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all of you, because you should have your backpack you should all of your badges should be you should be able to see all your badges. Because I know, like,
Also, light up
I thought I
the
saw
badges
Jesse
of.
share his. There's there's a link. You can copy the link, and then you can go, once you're in there, you can say share my badge, and you can click on LinkedIn.
I'm not sure how to log in. It's not giving any login options.
You can log in using your Gmail. I just log.
I use my
No,
Google
like
account.
I'm not getting the login button like in the website.
What is it?
Close all your browsers, throw your PC away, buy a new one,
Just
and
like
then maybe you'll be lucky.
Is that how you work, Steve?
Yeah.
that's the best desktop support answer I've ever heard.
Yeah, I like that one too.
Yeah, now I
honest.
opened it in the incognito mode and I got the login button. It's
Okay.
weird.
All right, so now you should be able to log in, and you should be able to see all your badges, and you should be able to share them. And I don't know why you didn't get an email unless it went to spam, which it wouldn't surprise me if it did, but I thought,
Yeah. Sasa also didn't got one, and
I
can
got
you send me the list of all other members,
the last
and I
the
can
last
verify
badge I
with
got.
them.
The last badge I got was on 23 May 2024. Ortelius Legend Gold.
Yep, I'm looking at that date.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
It's in my backpack. I made a backpack.
Yeah. So if once you get logged in, you should be able to create a backpack.
Yeah. My backpack is very shiny here.
Let's see your backpack. Share it. We want to see your backpack.
Yeah, it's my Ortelius backpack.
Look at that.
Nice.
Look at that, eh?
Very
So,
nice.
Arvin, your
It's
backpack
pretty,
should
eh?
look something like that.
That's like the Olympic Games of backpacks, man. Yeah, I'll stop showing off now.
All right, everybody, I have to jump to another call. Arvin, if you continue to have problems with that, let me know. Okay.
Yeah, I will email you.
I think you should be able to get in there. They're out there. I just don't know why you didn't get the email from Badger to invite you to your your backpack.
You can also create an issuer. So like if it always comes from the same organization, then it'll, oh, it's really cool, this thing.
And you should be able to click on any of those in your backpack and share it to LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have shared it before, but I will take a look. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. See ya.
All right. Thank you.
Cheers. Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
everyone. Cheers.
Yeah. Bye.